Quickly, we're going to go over the the overview of the listing packet and what each slide actually means, and kind of give you some verbiage that you can use while using those slides. I'll also show you how to edit the pages as well. These are basically, this is a PowerPoint file, so these are what you would normally consider a footer down here and then a header up here, but they're actually called something different in PowerPoint. It's called part of the Slide Master. You go to that and you put something on there that will show up on every single page, so you don't have to retype it. So I'll show you that in a different video. But quickly, the PowerPoint that we have, and you can customize it your own way. This is just a standard one. First, you just have a little cover page introducing yourself, and you'd obviously put in a date, a seller name, a little greeting there, and then you can change that verbiage as well. And then this page shows prepared for. You'd put the client's name in here. You already have your information in here. Probably add your phone number to this. It will show up on every single page at the bottom, along with your email and website. And then your name will also show up here. And then the third page here is just a page showing them if they want to jump to certain sections of the PowerPoint or of the presentation. Because you're probably going to leave this with them. You're going to print this thing off and leave this with them so they can quickly jump. It's just a glossary, or not a glossary, but an index. Alright, it's all about you. My real estate business has been built around one guiding principle. It's all about you. So you're going to sit down with them and kind of get a little feel for them and jot down this information. My entire focus again is on the client. That's basically what this PowerPoint, this slide is for. And then the home selling process just kind of goes over an overview with them. We've kind of highlighted a few things here. Marketing your home. With KW, you do get quite a few more, quite a bit more exposure, and it's through this. You get Realtor.com, which everybody gets, but you have the Realtor.com showcase listings, which you have the ability to go in there and make some bold headings and stuff like that, and also your pictures show up bigger. You're going to show up with all of your contact information surrounding the listing, which is crucial, because if somebody clicks on that and then they decide to call somebody on that property, it is 1,000 times better having them call you versus a competitor, because if they call you, you know everything about that property. You can sell that property way better than anybody else who's got to quickly jump on the MLS and quickly research this listing because they don't know anything about it. So if they're calling you, the feedback they're going to get is going to be 10,000 times better than what they would get versus just calling another agent who doesn't know this property that well and would have to research it, and even after researching it, they're not going to know it as well as you. So your listing will go on Flex MLS, also Northstar MLS. Very few offices do this, so we're actually getting more exposure. We're getting it down in the southeast Minnesota, and then we're also putting your listings up on the MLS market up in the cities as well. So if there are some buyers moving to Rochester, which happens quite a bit, obviously with Mayo Clinic, you can sit down with your client and go over that. KWLS, what this does is there's a couple things KWLS does. One, it will put it onto every KW website across the country. So instantly it'll go out to all of the websites out there, and the ability to have it, somebody who's relocating would find that on there. But two, all those third-party websites, the Googles, the Trulias, they will get the listings, but now what KW has done is they've gone out there and signed contracts with those companies saying, hey, if my listing comes on, if our KW listing comes onto your website, we're going to replace the contact information with our agent's contact information, because we want our agents to receive the leads for their listings. That way, again, your contact information shows up on those listings, so they call you, and again, you're the best person, obviously, to sell that listing because you know most about it. So that is one of the powers of KW. And also, if they click for more information, they're going to be redirected to your website and not to like a Google or somebody along those lines, and then you end up paying a referral fee out. KW has agreed with those companies to cut that out, and it goes right back to you, so you get the lead. And then a little more verbiage here on the home selling process down here. The next slide here goes over the showcase listings, how powerful it is and what it actually means. You get up to 25 jumbo photos, multiple leads forms with contact information here, traffic reports, which are phenomenal. I mean, obviously Realtor.com is the best website out there and the most traffic for real estate, so you're going to be able to give your client reports on a weekly, bi-weekly basis, whatever you want, showing them the kind of traffic you're getting, and also being able to strategize a little more on marketing that home. If we're getting traffic, are we not getting traffic? What are some ideas we can do to get more traffic? We can monitor that with the showcase listings on Realtor.com. And again, very few agents, very few of your competitors will have this to offer. And here's a little bit more going over here. Again, the 25 jumbo photos, you'll be able to schedule your open houses on there. Customize headings on your property, so you can put some bold headings out there to make your listing stand out against the competition. So that is another feature that you will have with KW and listing with our company. And we talked a little bit about this before, but maximizing your listings exposure. We are affiliated with CMAR, which has roughly 1,100 realtors. So instantly they will all be alerted of this new listing. But the other thing that your competition will not be doing, there are a couple out there that do, but now we're also alerting 15,000 other realtors by listing on Northstar MLS. And it quickly summarizes what actually is an MLS. Some people may not know what that is. I didn't know what it was for probably 2-3 years, and then I made this PowerPoint and learned. But also quickly summarizes that, how MLS benefits the seller, so quickly goes over that. And then here's the sites I was talking about with KWLS that they go out. The listings will show up on these sites. They should anyways through the MLS and Realtor.com. The MLS sends all the listings to Realtor.com, and then Realtor.com has contracts with all these third-party websites that will get the listing anyways. But now KW is going to go out there and override that listing and replace it with your information from KWLS. So all these sites are going to have your listings on it as well. So quickly just showing comparison, your listing exposure with KW and them, just kind of giving a visual overview of the amount of exposure you'll get if you list with KW. What I do for you, so just quickly a little summary of the stuff that you're going to do for them. And again, you can change this verbiage if you like, just going in and editing that slide. And then also this may be something you want to look at, because if you do give this to the client and there's a step in here that you don't do, make sure you take it out. You don't want to be promising to your client that, that you're going to do all these 14 steps. So review these 14 steps, and if you don't like one, you can take it out and just make sure you renumber the items here on the left side. Why Keller Williams Realty? So quickly does a brief summary of that: knowledge, speed, teamwork, reliability, and success. So all those things right there. And I think one of the big things too is the technology out there now. It's just gone crazy over the last 2 years, and Keller Williams is extremely on top of the technology side of it. So, and I know some of you guys get overwhelmed with it, but it's the way it's going, and we've got to go with it. We can't just let that go and not ride that wave. So that is one of the main reasons to list with Keller Williams. And then quickly goes over, again, I know that a lot of the people have struggled with this over the years. Being here for 4 years, I've heard it quite a bit, but lately it's kind of died off. But the who is Keller Williams just quickly validates us, letting them know we are the third largest company in the United States, and we just passed, I can't remember who that was, but anyways, third largest. And then also it just shows visually a map of that as well. What you do and don't control quickly summarizes that for the sellers. Your sellers control your conditions, your availability for showing, price, and home warranty, and sellers don't control these items right here. I'm going to kind of quicken up here. I'm running out of time on this video. Home warranty plans just quickly summarizes that. Selling price versus timing. There's going to be some charts coming up here and showing them how crucial it is to list their property at the proper price right off the bat, because that is right where all the traffic happens. And that's basically what this chart is showing. The traffic here when you list it. That second week, so the first week it's about here, and then the second week is the peak of the traffic that you're going to have. And then the rest of it, you're going to be playing catch up to try to get this traffic back. So if you price it wrong and you get to here and decide, oh, I got to get back in the game, it's never going to get back to where it was. It may go up a little bit here if you do a price reduction, but it'll never get back to here. So it's crucial to do that right off the bat, so when all this traffic is hitting it, you're priced right. And again, that's kind of what this is showing as well, power of pricing. The market value, if you're there, you'll capture about 60% of the buyers looking at the properties. Now, if you go above, you're going to be down to about 30%. You go 15% above market value, you're looking at only getting 10% of potential buyers to see your property. If you go below market value, again, just shows them how crucial pricing is. And you're looking at, if you go 15% below, you could be generating 90% of those potential buyers to look at your property. So that's just what that's showing. And then again, pricing it too high. So here's market value and pricing it right there. And all of a sudden you're hitting here, you hit market value, but then you ended up actually selling it down here because you were chasing the market the entire time. Where I bet if they would have priced it right at market value right off the bat when all the traffic was hitting, they probably actually would have sold it up around market value, if not above or maybe a little bit below, but they definitely would not have gotten down so far. If the longer you wait, the less amount of buyers you're going to have looking at it, and they got stuck chasing the market, and they chased them all the way into the hole. So that's quickly showing them again how important that pricing is right off the bat. This is just another one, pricing yourself out of the market. Up in this area here, oops, and then in no man's land, and basically showing them in the market. You need to be in that pricing versus the comps in that lower 33 percentile, and then your condition needs to be in that top percentile to get into the market, and just kind of showing that. Again, showing them the activity of their listing within the first 2 to 3 weeks is that magic rush that they're going to get from the buyers looking at that listing. Anything new on the market is always hot, so you want to price that right, because the buyers are going to end up falling off, and then you're going to be chasing the market, and you're going to sell that house for less than you could have if you had priced it right off the bat. It is extremely crucial to do so. Pricing misconceptions, quickly going over that. Competitive market analysis, just showing them that. So you should be running this and then going over that competitive market analysis at this point, and it just shows you what that is. Focusing on the results page here. And then gives them a home selling process. A lot of people don't know what happens after you get the listing. It just kind of shows them the flow chart of what is going to happen, and then what happens once we get the transaction. It goes to the next slide. It just shows them contract to close, what actually happens. Just gives them step by step through that. Apologize for speeding up here. I just want to get the video in. And then frequently asked questions right here. And then quickly a summary of Keller Williams. So that is the overview. Again, I'll be posting more videos on how to actually change your master slides on this as well.